That is what the situation at this moment looks like. These are the latest numbers. The BJP leading with 137 seats in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The Congress way behind at 92. In Rajasthan, the BJP maintains its lead with 113 seats. The magic number is 100 there. The Congress is way behind at 70. Interesting is the other independent candidates in the smaller parties who are at 16. Chhattisgarh is the story of this election. Not even the BJP workers one would had expected that they would in fact come out on top. But Polly, at this point of time, it looks like it is the BJP that seems to have a reasonable kind of a lead with 48 seats. The Congress is trailing at 40, while in Telangana, this is going to be an interesting contest. The BRS is at 41. The Congress has a slender lead above the majority mark of 60 at 65. And we can never predict in terms of how things will, of course, go. Probably by another 2 hours, you can expect these leads and trends to firm up. But otherwise, you would not expect things to change very much, at least in the states of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, where the BJP seems to be winning in terms of the numbers that it has got. It is comfortably above the majority mark, and it's difficult to see as to how the Congress can in fact catch up.
Right. Let's just keep reminding our viewers that as of now, at 11:05 a.m. here in India, this is what the number sheet is looking like. Remember, we've been tracking the state-wise contests and telling you what at this point the situation is looking like as far as those numbers are concerned. But with the way things have panned out over the last 3 hours, a lot is up in the air, but a fair amount of conclusion that can be drawn, which we will be still waiting out for. But at the same time, these numbers telling you a very interesting story. The BJP edging past the Congress there in the state of Rajasthan, 113 with the BJP at this point. Congress at 70. In the state of Telangana, BRS at 42, Congress 64. The BJP standing at 9. We've been also talking about how the state of Chhattisgarh has a very important part to play as far as the Hindi heartland contest is concerned. The BJP at 48, the Congress at 40. And over the last 3 hours, we've seen a lot of those directions changing. So which way the wind will finally blow remains to be seen. But clearly, we've been saying that the BJP has been looking at edging out the Congress in Rajasthan at 113, the BJP with 113, Congress at 70. Let's play out those numbers for the state of Madhya Pradesh once again, because we've been closely tracking those. All right. Let's just also broaden this up and get in more reactions at this point. Shaina NC is with us on the broadcast, and what a day it has been for the people of India here. I want to just take a minute here and ask you for your initial reaction to what we are seeing unfolding in these crucial battleground states. What is your mood looking like at this point? What's your reaction?
Is that question to me?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay, so first, for starters, it is absolutely important to understand that there is no leader like Narendra Modi ji. His charisma, his kind of appeal to one and all, to the youth, to the women, proves that the Gujarat model has been replicated in Madhya Pradesh. For those who constantly believe that the Congress and in Rajasthan are going to take the lead, it shows you that the information and the ground reality was totally different, because women are not safe in Rajasthan, and obviously the mandate is clearly in favor of Prime Minister Modi. Having said that, there's been so much chatter in the past about Chhattisgarh, and look at the amazing performance of the Bharatiya Janata Party. I would like to give this entire credit, obviously, to our Honorable Prime Minister, Amit Shah ji and Nadda ji, because as a team, collectively, we are not just the largest political party in the world today with 14 crore members, but that cadre is also encouraged by a lot of people who appreciate the genuine work on ground. Now, if you take the women-centric schemes, you know that Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh has been a huge woman voter turnout. So not just as a vote bank, but also in terms of beneficial schemes, Ladli Lakshmi Yojana, the fact that you have women being empowered, given education and the right to good health. I think this is historic in the days to come. And this is not just a precursor or a trailer to 2024. I think it's history that's going to be created in 2024.
Interesting that you mention the aspect of women empowerment. Also, let's talk about the way in which these issues have resonated clearly on the ground when it comes to the issue of farmers' welfare, the issue of women empowerment, the issue of education, the overall welfare schemes, because clearly they have struck a chord with the voters on the ground. And the connect factor, like you've been talking about, the charisma of the Indian Prime Minister also significantly has resulted in what we are seeing unfolding in these crucial battleground states.
You're absolutely right, because our Honorable Prime Minister has connected with every segment of society. And you talk about farmers, you talk about women, you talk about the Fasal Bima Yojana, you talk about Ayushman Bharat, you talk about, even a simple scheme like Mudra Banking. The maximum beneficiaries are women. If you talk about Jan Dhan Yojana, which people in rural India used to have such a Herculean task to just open a bank account. So I would give credit to all these schemes, Ujjwala changing lives. The list is so endless that can be a half an hour debate in itself. But today, I think we have been here to appreciate the charisma, the honesty and the hard work of a man called Narendra Modi ji, who has touched the hearts of every Indian across every state. And it only shows you no more Jat Paat Dharm ki Rajniti, no more vote bank politics, no more divisive politics. It's only the progress of India that he looks at and addresses, and those schemes that have percolated down to the poorest of poor have translated into this kind of a vote share in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan and in Telangana. If you see, our vote share has increased, and obviously in Madhya Pradesh, it's history being created like has been in Gujarat.
What do you think has been the number one reason for the way in which these issues have actually struck a chord, and how the other camp has actually failed on that front? Because let's face it, the grassroots functioning and the way in which the workers on the ground have actually reached out to the voters clearly is an indicator of the way in which things have panned out for the party.
I think there are 2-3 things. If you view the new age voter, it's a very clear formula. It's either perform or perish. Now in Madhya Pradesh, despite anti-incumbency, Shivraj Singh ji and his entire team under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister have instituted a scheme where every central government scheme percolates down to the poorest of poor. You talk about the basic thing where every girl who goes to school is given a cycle. This is not just a scheme. This touches every household, and every household feels that apni beti, yani ki Ladli Lakshmi Yojana ho ya jo paisa mil raha hai banks mein, or the facility of having toilets in schools while girls used to not go because when they used to menstruate. I think this has all been viewed in totality for the first time. The Prime Minister has given respect to women, and that's why the women are not just a vote bank, they are die-hard Narendra Modi fans. Having said that, then there is the youth. Now the youth wants technology, wants to be available with all the kind of computer facilities in schools, job opportunities, startup options, so many aspirational stories in rural India. And all of that one has seen. So that also translates into vote. Now you have another faction, which is the Congress and the opposition in various states that have only played divisive vote bank politics. What have they done for the Dalits and Muslims? We talk about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Prayas, Sabka Vishwas. This is not a tagline. This is an assimilation of every segment and section of society. And that being the foundation, I think it's very, very clear that India for the first time has seen an honest, hard-working, nationalistic leader who is applauded not just in India but world over. He has made the India brand proud.
Right. Ms. Shaina, BJP has managed to take a decisive lead in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and also now in Chhattisgarh, but it has not been able to form any major impression in Telangana. What do you think would be the party's strategy for the southern India?
So, it's strange. History is being created in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh, and you're asking me about Telangana, and you're entitled to do so. Having said that, our vote share has gone up, our seats have gone up, and not just that, this is just the beginning of a trajectory. You have two divisive factions that have been playing constantly to pander to only vote banks and have done nothing for development. The Bharatiya Janata Party has only started in venturing into states where we were almost virtually defunct. And here we have opened account, and not just in a minuscule way, in a very handsome proportion. So I think in the days to come, please wait and watch. Abhi to picture baki hai. This is just the trailer.
Right.
Also, baki hai. Interesting. Go ahead, Raisha.
Yeah, I was just asking you that with the Congress president also calling the India partners for a meeting in Delhi on December 6th, how will that pan out, especially with the results coming out today?
I don't think we have to cherry pick into different comments of what who said. We are here purely for the people of India, for the people, and with the commitment that we are going to showcase every possible avenue, be it better infrastructure, better livelihood, better education, better health. And given that, there are over 46 really schemes which have touched the lives of crores of Indians. So this being the vote bank, the persuasion of the citizen is that we don't want incumbency, we don't want anti-incumbency, we only want delivery, and we only want a leader called Prime Minister Modi. And as long as we have Narendra Modi ji, the Bharatiya Janata Party is in safe hands of not just a magician, but somebody who has the charisma and the feeling to empower the lives of every Indian.
What would your message to the Congress be at this point?
Wake up and see the writing on the wall. Because if you don't have a progressive agenda, it is a question of time before that you are absolutely out. And having said that, I think the Congress also realizes that theatrics and optics only work as a story. Eventually, if you want votes, you have to have a strategy in place. You have to have the cadre in place. And we have both. And the leader, though, obviously is not in question.
Right. All right, we're leaving it there for the moment. Shaina NC, thanks very much for joining us on the broadcast. And of course, through the course of the day, we will continue to get in reactions from the key contenders as well. But we're leaving it there for the moment. Thanks very much.
Thank you.